In the past few years, the visa process and employment search for international students has become more challenging. In this video, we will help you understand the most common work authorization called Optional Practical Training for the F1 international students or academic students. Optional Practical Training, or OPT, is an important step of finding employment as an international student.
F1 students want to work, but some visa regulations might limit their employment opportunities. According to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services website, optional practical training is temporary on-campus or off-campus employment for F1 students. Whichever occupation an international student chooses to satisfy their OPT
Must be related to the field of study.
You can apply for 12 months of OPT per degree level, and the second course of study must be at a higher degree level than your previous OPT authorization. For example, Shu can apply for OPT after she completed her bachelor's degree, and she can apply again for OPT while she is studying for her master's degree. So how long is temporary employment? Well, non-STEM students can apply to receive up to 12 months of OPT, while STEM students can apply to receive 12 months of OPT employment authorization plus a 24-month STEM OPT extension. There are two types of OPT, pre-completion OPT and post-completion OPT. As hinted by the name, pre-completion OPT is completed before completing your academic studies, while post-completion OPT is done after completing your academic studies. Now, you only have limited time for both pre-completion and post-completion OPT, so doing one takes away from the other. All periods of pre-completion OPT will be deducted from the available period of post-completion OPT. Pre-completion OPT is much rarer, and students will usually choose to do curricular practical training instead. In order to be eligible for OPT, you need 1. A valid F1 visa. 2. You need to have lawful full-time student status for 1 full academic year at an SEVP certified academic institute. 3. Your occupation
Must be related to the field of study.
and also you can only engage in 1 OPT per level of study. You can also not have exceeded 12 months of full-time curricular practical training, or CPT. Some important things to keep in mind are,
You cannot apply for OPT if you study abroad in your final quarter. You must be in the US when you apply for OPT. If your I-20 end date passes and you have not applied for OPT, you will lose OPT eligibility, and you cannot re-enter the US in F1 status.
a previous visa status may meet eligibility for the 1 full academic year requirement. You are also advised not to travel after you apply for OPT and until you have a job offer and an EAD card in hand. If you leave the US after graduation, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services will have not received your OPT application, and you are not eligible to apply for OPT. You also only have 90 days of unemployment throughout your OPT period. So, in order to summarize things,
OPT is a period of 12 months that allows for F1 students to find employment related to their fields of study.
the two types of OPT are pre-completion and post-completion. Post-completion is much more common than pre-completion. Eligibility for OPT requires an F1 visa, student status at an SEVP certified academic institution, and a job
Related to their fields of study.
You cannot exceed 12 months of curricular practical training, and you can only apply for 1 OPT per level of study. Valair hopes that this information has helped you and made your path towards employment an easier one. And we leave you with one very important question. What did you learn today?
Learn more about the OPT timeline in the next video.